Marcia, do you see this? I found this. Like, it was on the side of the road. Dude, do you see this?
Yeah,
like,
I do see that. It's a great hat.
fire.
Yeah.
I don't know who. Well, it's mine now.
That's
It's
my
definitely
hat. Dude, that's mine.
What?
It's my hat. I lost it. Look inside the hat. What does it say?
It says Fox.
Yeah.
I have a person on the podcast named Jamie Socks. Oh, wait a minute.
No. Yeah. Yeah. It is a great hat.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
It's a great one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess we can have a convo, you know. Not that I really wanted that hat or anything, but.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down to talk.
Yeah.
I'll just do 2 hats. Double hat.
Yeah. What's up, guys? We are back with Tukr'D podcast. We're here on a very nice little Wednesday. I usually host on Thursday, but we're on a nice little day. We got an amazing artist here. I'm excited to introduce you. I'm always a fan of introductions. I always try to give a cute little intro of who I'm talking to just to make sure that y'all actually can check out his stuff. We got Jesse Fox here. First of all, hello.
Hello.
We got our coffees. We're ready.
I'm ready to
for
go.
This combo.
Oh, yeah.
But little intro. You're an NC native, incredible folk americana artist, and you had an album come out in early 2024 called Faster Dreams.
Yep.
Which will eventually have like some other stuff attached to it coming out soon with features, which I'm excited always for features. I love features. And then you also headlined a venue that I grew up going to, which is Cradle.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've done that multiple times, right? Like
Yeah.
You said once when we talked earlier, but I feel like
Yeah, it's been a bunch. It's an awesome spot. I love playing there.
But
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Jesse Fox. I'm going to put a little photo up here just of one of your amazing cover arts, because I'm already a little jealous of your cover arts in a healthy way, because it's getting me ideas for my own stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
Steal
it, dude.
Man.
Steal it.
But anyway, how's your day? What's been going on? It's a nice little morning.
It's been good, yeah. Just had a nice drive from Burlington. No traffic.
I pulled you from your home, not here in the CLT, to do this, and luckily, we were able to kind of get you a gig for tonight, which is awesome.
Clutch. Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah.
But I first off just want to talk to you about what I see, because I love your style. I think first time I ever saw you perform, I was very quickly just in awe of how you looked, because I'm starting my tattoo love.
Oh, yeah.
Starting it. I don't know if y'all can see this, Tukr'd out people, but like I'm going to do more. Sorry, mother. Like, she was very shocked when I had a tattoo. But anyway,
been there.
What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
I don't know, man.
You have a banjo trout?
Yeah.
I have a question. Is that Hunger Games?
Where?
The top one.
Oh, no.
Like,
this one?
Yeah.
No, it's just like
show the camera what I'm talking
little
about.
Songbird.
Yeah, I thought it was Hunger Games. That was actually going to be one of my questions.
It is now. It is now. I'm a huge Hunger Games head.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's, and you kind of told me this before we even started. Like, there's no full on, like, when it comes to tattoos, you just got these because you maybe liked them, or? Yeah,
I started getting them in like 2019 is when I got my first one.
First? How many you have now?
I don't know. I think it's like 70 something. But at that point, I really liked the artist, and so I just kind of rolled over my deposit and I kind of go once a month-ish.
Really? Once a month? I mean, that probably would add up. 2019, now 2024. That's what, 60 months? So, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Dang,
yeah.
dude.
And so usually I just kind of Google some stuff and pick something that looks cool right before I go, and she designs it.
So you're wait a minute, I have a question. So you're literally like, you pay for one, but you don't know going in sometimes what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'll send her like a bunch of pictures and be like something kind of like this.
Okay, so you send ideas.
Yeah.
But like you're not always set. I feel like I have to be set. Like
I think I used to get like super nervous about it and be like, "This is forever," which is really not now. You can get them removed, but
that's true. But
and now I'm
though.
just like, whatever.
Yeah. It looks great. I saw you. You also have another piece of accessory that I am currently wearing. I love this hat. I still think I found this. I'm gonna claim that I found it until sadly it goes back with you.
Right.
But and you brought like, I know it's not on camera, but you brought like such a beautiful case with it. Like
You gotta have a case.
I literally like Marsha. That's a nice case for a hat. Like,
Got you.
like I love that you brought a case for
Hell
this
yeah.
beautiful thing.
Hell
And,
yeah.
well, this you brought this one.
Yeah.
This wasn't even, that was the one I was supposed to wear.
Right.
But you gave me this one, which I feel like as I already, y'all told me as a group that this looks better for my head.
Right.
Which, would you agree, Marsha? Like I know
works.
Jesse agrees it works pretty well.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
As you're finding your style and just how you want to look with performance, because I feel like that is, a big side of music.
Yeah.
How did you kind of realize just quickly that maybe like this was a part of it? Because it's a beautiful, it's a good style. It works well.
I started wearing hats early on when I was performing, mostly because I don't like how my head looks.
Okay. That's beautiful, by the way.
No,
you're fine.
No, it's a below average head, but I went through, unfortunately, like a fedora phase. It just didn't work for me.
Oh.
But I was like convinced that it did.
Yeah.
And then I got a wide brim and
fedoras.
It clicked.
Fedora, no, though. Like,
for me, no.
Was there any other hats that were in consideration? Like, were you
sombrero?
Maybe. Or, well, maybe. Or like you see a lot of country Americana singers like have just baseball caps or trying to think. There's others. Just a simple cowboy hat. Like
I have cowboy hats, like some Stetsons and that kind of thing.
I feel like though I see you all with this though. Like this.
I mean, that's the one that I wanted forever and like finally saved up and got. But
dang, this thing. Oh, how much? Wait. Okay. Don't tell me how much it is, but what's a ballpark number? You're making me nervous for wearing this hat. If you're allowed
it's
to
like
say.
between like 500 and 1,000.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. You know what? I'm gonna.
No, you got to rock it. You got to rock it.
I'm scared to wear it.
No,
right
no. You
okay,
got to rock
right,
it.
I'll make sure it doesn't fall off my head. Or
you got to rock it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way. I really do like it.
Yeah.
I wanted to also talk about something with your appearance that I appreciate, which doesn't get talked about enough on Tukr'D podcast, which is our amazing.
The facial hair.
Our facial hair.
Yeah.
We have great. Both of us, I think, have amazing facial hair. Do we have pretty good facial hair? I now do. As
you
y'all
have
probably
great
saw.
facial hair.
Your
beard is like very filled in. It's awesome.
Well,
mine's not very filled in.
It looks fine.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna say too, like the Fu Manchu, I guess not Fu Manchu that you had before.
That I used to have.
That
you
works
now,
too.
Now you
that
have in your brain,
too.
and it's
That works too. I can't do that though. My mustache doesn't go all the way down there.
Yeah, it does enough.
It mine like just kind of stops.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, this took a while to like. I remember there was a time where I just had the mustache and I just had this, but then I didn't cut it for the longest time, and I just let it grow.
Yeah.
And so every time I got my beard cut, like this part was the same, and I did not change it. I just let it keep going.
Yeah.
And then the first time I cut it, it grew back super fast because I guess that's how hair works when it comes to beards. But do you use anything for it? I'm a giant oil fan.
No, I mean, I used to have like a really big beard, and I would oil it, and
Did
like,
you really?
oh yeah,
You kind of told me about that.
yeah. But now it's just I don't really do anything for it.
Well, every beard
Needs it?
needs
Yeah?
in my opinion.
Okay.
You know how many I've been surprised how many people appreciate a good smelling beard.
I mean, that's the thing.
But a good smelling beard.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been shocked by the amount of people that are like, that was okay. Because I'd give them a hug and they'd be like, is that your beard? I'm like,
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. That's a good point. I feel like mine, even like right now, is longer than I usually have it.
Really?
Recently, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It looks good.
Thanks, man.
So I want to get into just kind of who you are a little bit. So luckily I've seen you perform, I think once only. Yeah, which was fantastic. And you ended up finishing the show off. But I want to dive into a little bit just who you are, and we'll get into music a little bit later.
Yeah.
But one thing I found interesting, and one thing that you have to elaborate a little bit more on, because I found this out when you talked to me earlier before the show, is that you were a lumberjack.
Yeah.
Like an actual lumberjack.
Yeah.
Like that was one of your jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, in the mic, like I low key a little bit have always wanted to just take on that job because I love this look. I feel like my look goes after what a lumberjack looks like.
Yeah.
But Talk to me about
Dude,
that.
it was fun. It was like not even on purpose either. I was like 18, I think, or 17, and everybody in my town at one time, like it seemed like all of our friends. This is like a long story. But everybody was like going to work for Chick-fil-A for some weird reason.
By the way, do we have a picture of you as a lumberjack? Do you have one? Could I put it up here? Do you have anything?
No, I don't think so. I can look. I can look.
Next time. If we do, but if we don't, no worries.
But yeah, everybody was like working for Chick-fil-A for some reason.
Which
It's
is
like one of those things, like the new
16,
restaurant
17.
in town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so me and my buddy, who I started the band with back in the day, we're like, we're not gonna do it. And then I actually like really needed a job.
Yeah.
And so
you
I
got
went,
offered to be a lumberjack, or did you find it?
So Chick-fil-A was like headhunting me, like kind of trying to get me to come in. No, I like applied because I was like, I need money, and then I went through the training, and then I was like, I can't do this. I don't want to work here. And
really?
So I got paid for training, and I got a free belt, which was cool.
Did it have like a
no, it's just
no
like
logo,
no, unfortunately.
I guess that's a low paying.
It's a bummer. Yeah.
They should give you like an emblem, like or something, a logo to put on your belt. That's a low paying lumberjack job if they don't give you that.
I might have stuck around, but like I'm just saying.
I would have.
Yeah.
So I kind of know training as a lumberjack. Like, what do you put through? Is there like a full on?
Well, no. So I went through the training for the Chick-fil-A.
Oh, and you said no to that.
I said no after I got the belt and the check. I was like, I'm out.
Okay, gotcha.
And so after that, I had a buddy who was like, hey, I need help with construction, family-run construction. I was like, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then right when I joined there, they were like, actually, we're like lumberjacks now. Like, this is what we need to do for the next year. And I was like, okay, sounds fun.
And you were just cutting, like...
I'd never done it. And so they just like literally, we went to this lot that needed to be cleared, and they handed me like a chainsaw and an axe, and we're like, just go cut down trees and make sure you don't drop them on anybody.
So all that's kind of like, when it comes to a literal lumberjack job, like... It is stereotypically what I would think it is. Like you're
my experience.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
yeah.
And this is in Burlington?
This was around Burlington. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk to me about Burlington a little bit. So I grew up in Raleigh.
Okay.
We love Raleigh, but I always would drive past Burlington
that's what most
going to
people
Greensboro.
do.
So that's kind of how I know about it. But y'all also have things like the lemur exhibit. I think.
Didn't even know that.
I think.
Okay.
Well, it's there's a technical zoo exhibit that's really popular in Burlington, but I'm forgetting what it is. It's gonna pop up here. It's like a tiger. It's something. It's an animal exhibit that's really popular.
Okay.
I know. So I think I might be wrong because I think Durham has the lemur exhibit.
Okay.
Y'all have something else.
We have something else. We have the Burlington Coat Factory.
Coat Factory. That sounds familiar.
We got JR Cigars.
Oh.
No, like Burlington's claim to fame right now is that I think we have more restaurants per capita than anywhere else, at least in the United States. But it's all fast food, basically.
Oh.
But still, there's like 80 McDonald's in Burlington.
That's impressive. What's like what is the staple of Burlington? Like when it comes to say food to start off? What is a very if you go to Burlington, you need to go there?
I mean, like Biscuitville,
Is there one that's not a chain, though? Because I'm a big fan of, like, I'm such a loser off of, like, coffee shops that, as much as I love Starbucks, but, like this, like, you're not going to find this anywhere else. Is it Burlington have, like, a pretty...
They do. I like Beer Works. It's like this brew pub kind of thing near my house. You, like, walk down there. It's pretty sweet.
All right.
They have a good coffee shop or two.
As you know, I'm a loser for coffee shops.
Yeah, the Blend is downtown. It's good, but...
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a couple spots, but Burlington is mostly like chain food kind of stuff. Yeah.
So when it came to Burlington, is that where the band started?
Mm-hmm.
So here's a photo of the band. It is Love and Valor.
Yeah.
I was about to say like Valor or something.
Valor sounds classier,
but Valor is like
okay. We'll go with Valor.
I like that.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
But interesting facts about the band. I'm guessing, if I had to take a guess, you were just going to be a guitarist with the band. Yeah. And that's not how that went. And
no.
Real quick, because we're going to take we're going to do a game in a second. How did the name Love and Valor become a thing? Because you have a funny story about that with class.
Yeah. So I was homeschooled, but we had these like co-op classes that we did as like the homeschool group in our county.
Yeah.
And
there's a homeschool group in the county, like.
Oh yeah,
What?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's one here too.
Like.
Yeah, the Alamance County Homeschool Group.
Oh,
the Orange County.
so there's an
Homeschool
actual
group.
like institution.
Oh, yeah,
I did not know
it's
that.
big time. It's
Okay.
big time. We're everywhere.
That is big time.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so yeah, keep going.
So we're in like a British literature class, me and my buddy Darren.
Which is great for home. I feel like that's such a
Oh yeah,
right to the
we
point
were
class.
on it. We were on it.
British
Yeah.
literature class.
Yeah, yeah,
Hear that, Marcia?
yeah. It's pretty
Keep
classy.
going. Yeah, yeah.
And so we're in class, kind of paying attention enough to hear Love and Valor.
Yeah.
At some point being said, I still don't remember what it was about or what it was in reference to.
Okay.
I'm
But it had to do
assuming
with,
British,
like, British
literature.
Like literally,
Yeah.
that's like something, maybe a pronunciation of something, or even
Maybe.
just like a like bloody and.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And both me and my buddy at I guess at the same time, wrote that down. And then after class, we were like, hey, what about this for our band name?
Yeah.
And it kind of stuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
like that. I like that. We're gonna get into this first little segment. I love to bring in random questions that are literally, it could be anything, but they're a little bit more tailored to broadness to have conversation.
Yeah.
The amazing Yes Theory. I just bought this, by the way. The new Spark. The new Spark.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yes Theory, as usual. They don't sponsor this. They're one of the biggest. They're a huge brand on YouTube. I just love them. So I love you, Yes Theory. Always. This is gonna be fun though. Let's see what we got. And this one's actually supposed to be done with strangers. So we're gonna pretend we're strangers
Okay,
right
done.
now. All right. So I'm gonna say straight up, let's leave politics out of this question and let's do something like really random.
Yeah.
So what's something you believe strongly in that others might find controversial? So just to give you an example, my answer for that straight up would be mac and cheese. I don't F with mac and
Really?
cheese. I don't. Like that. Like
Interesting.
I don't, dude. Ugh.
Interesting.
What that look? You just dagger-eyed me from afar.
Disagree.
Marsha, yo,
Yeah, I don't blame
y'all
you.
don't understand how hard Marsha just dagger-eyed me from afar. And you know what? It's okay because I told you controversial,
yeah.
straight up.
Yeah.
I can't do mac and cheese. I can do burnt cheese, like on things. Mac and cheese, I don't know what the deal is. I've had it. I just don't vibe. But you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
I have not
Yeah.
had the right one,
Yeah.
probably. But as of right now, that's the answer to the question for me. But
Oh.
what's yours? Is there something that you either really like or you believe in that's a little bit more like people either don't like or they really do like and you don't like?
I think as far as the time in which we're recording this right now, me and my girlfriend got a indoor cat.
A what?
Indoor cat.
Okay. Oh.
I'm not an
Like,
indoor pet
Are you
person.
talking about did this cat hang out somewhere else and then you
We adopted the cat.
Oh, okay.
But I guess my thing is that indoor animals and
Mm.
me,
Oh.
I don't think that it doesn't work for me.
Interesting.
Indoor pets don't work.
What is the don't work factor? Like
I'm too neurotic and OCD.
because they'll be everywhere. I feel you.
yeah.
I feel
Yeah, I can't I struggle with it. But I am in the minority on that one. I know. I know for a fact.
you. You got pets, Marcia? I love pets, but yeah, I'm allergic to fur. I didn't
Oh, really?
Yeah.
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 I should have used that one. That would have been a good.
Dude, so
Too
I
late
kind of
now,
get
but
that.
yeah.
But yeah, I also understand why they're popular.
Yeah. I love mac and
Mm.
cheese. So I will say
Thank you, Marcia. Marcia with the giant nod.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You stupid Tucker. That's what I felt on that one.
I'm not a huge
So let's go that way. Food. Is there a
food.
food that
I'm trying to
people?
think,
There's got to be something that you don't like or like.
I love sweet potatoes. I can't do sweet potato casserole.
Oh, I can't do. I used to really like sweet potatoes, and
Yeah.
then I guess I don't know what happened, but it went away. And I'm not crazy picky. I'll try anything.
Same.
But
Yeah.
it went away. I think
Yeah.
Golden Corral messed that up. They had something. I know. I probably went to the wrong. See.
Is that where you've been trying mac and cheese?
Towards me right now with this question is.
Is that where you've been getting
fantastic.
your mac and cheese?
Honestly, no.
Okay, I'm just saying.
But maybe I don't remember. Childhood was a lot, but yeah, that there was that flavor, and it's what I've experienced so far.
Yeah.
I'm down to try anything else.
Sure.
But in that moment in time, Yeah.
I think there's like a Martha Stewart mac and cheese that's pretty banging.
Okay.
Like, it's got like wild shit in it.
What though? Like what would make so okay, I'll say this. I'm not a fan of the mac and cheese that is what is the stuff that
Are you
is
doing
in
like
a
Kraft?
blue Kraft?
Bro, that's not mac and cheese.
it's not.
That's not mac and
My
cheese.
So what should I be going after? Is there a certain
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
soul
go
food,
to a
but
barbecue place and get some
Okay.
mac and cheese.
okay.
Yeah.
What else is on that? Or is it just full on mac and cheese? Like just mac
just
and
good.
cheese?
It's just goodness.
Okay, so
Oh,
that's
you
different.
gotta
I
have-
feel like that's something that
yeah.
I've not that I've been avoiding,
That's
but
big
I've been
time.
I don't want to mess
well,
up my
Kraft
chances of
doesn't
liking
do
that.
the crust.
I
like
know.
that. yeah.
Not at all.
Don't do mac and cheese in the microwave. Like
No,
if that's where
okay.
you're starting,
Yeah.
that's wrong.
Well, that's where you have
I'm
to
just
start. I
saying.
feel like
I'm
because
just
as a child, like that's all you get. Like I'm not going to these fancy.
Yeah.
Huh? Man,
Just
Yeah.
grab some, even like some noodles.
This
and
question
some
turned on
Velveeta
me real
and
quick.
just do it on the stove, and like even that is better than.
you need a mic.
Kraft.
You need to
Yeah.
have a mic just to roast me properly next time. We'll do one more quick question
Yeah.
of one of these. Oh, this is a nice one. Tell me a quick story. I'm gonna let you just answer this one. But what's a childhood memory that always makes you smile?
I feel like there's a lot. My family, growing up, and they still do. We go to the beach every year, like the whole family, rent a house, all stay together.
How many people is that?
I've got 6 siblings, and then like a good number of them are married and have kids now. So now it's like 30
Whew.
ish.
It's a big
Uh,
house.
But those are like some of the best memories, just like hanging out at the beach with the family.
Are
not
you a
doing
beach
much.
person or a mountain person?
I like both.
Or middle ground.
I like both. Yeah, I don't really have like a favorite. I've done probably more beach just because of that, but
Well, all right,
love the
Lumberjack.
mountains,
I guess
too.
you don't want to join us
I'm just
stereotypically in
saying
the
I
mountains.
love the mountains.
I'm a mountain freak, but I do like the beach too.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
respect it.
A lot
That's
of good
nice.
memories with that though.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the podcast, and thank you to our sponsor, Queen City Grounds, for providing the location. You can find a perfect blend of coffee, cuisine, and entertainment while you are here. It is in-house made coffee. There is brunch and dinner options. There is a full bar and amazing live events. So come check it out and stay grounded. Thank you to Sonorous Wave for powering this podcast. Sonorous Wave is an amazing music collective based here in Charlotte. Their slogan is artistry versus the algorithm, and they are so good at putting all events into a music setting, and they kill it. They are amazing with every event they are in association with, so check them out. That was a fantastic coffee. Wow.
Agreed. I like these cups too.
Dude, Queen City Grounds, appreciate you. I have a connection to a place that you've performed that we already kind of talked about. Cat's Cradle. Here's a photo of Cat's Cradle. We love Cat's Cradle. There was a time where I was technically a part of a show at Cat's Cradle that involved flamingos. Seriously.
Okay.
At one point during the show, this band that was performing was very vibrant and very energetic and very just all over the place. But it's a band that I grew up on as a child.
Yeah.
And during the show, at one point, I was invited to go to the top because they have that little section that's like right above the stage.
Yeah.
Where I think like the band stays. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and
But
like the sound dude, one of the
yes,
sound
they're
dudes.
right above. Well, yeah, okay,
monitor.
yeah. And from there, I threw plastic flamingos, blow up flamingos from that position
Oh, hell yeah.
onto the stage.
Dude.
And it was crazy because like not only did I throw plastic flamingos, but there was a gigantic bubble machine. There was beach balls everywhere.
Yes.
And mind you, this is like an alternative, like low key, like an alternative rock, even Americana type show. But all these elements were happening
Bro.
while the show
You
was
were the
going
hype
on.
man.
I wouldn't call well, I was no one saw me. I was just throwing them, like they told me when to throw the flamingos, and I was with my uncle. And here I do have the photo of me sitting in the flamingo. Like it was so much flamingos that I could like make a chair out of these.
Oh, shit.
So here's like a photo of me chilling with the flamingos. But it was one of the I don't even know how to describe it. I sometimes in life you have to really like I'm doing this right now
yeah.
type moment.
Yeah.
And to me, that was one of those where I was like, am I really about to throw flamingos down?
Why aren't you doing that at my shows?
For flamingos?
Yeah.
Is that what your music, like, because I love your music. We're about to talk about Faster Dreams.
Yeah.
Your music is very beautiful. It's very easy to just chillax to. Is that what your music needs? Like flamingos being thrown?
I feel like that's what it's missing.
Really?
At this point, yeah.
I was thinking everybody in the crowd gets a hat. I think that's important.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could do both, maybe.
Honestly, like, I think that's important. Like, going forward for your campaign of just music.
Everybody gets a hat.
Everybody
and then,
gets
like,
a hat.
Nobody in the crowd can see the stage because it's just, like, wide brim.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Well, then we tell all the tall people to, like I would be pushed to the back.
Right.
Which
I'd
think
be
is
way
smart.
up front.
Well, no, but you're performing.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
so
yeah.
But everybody's trying to be like you. That's the
true.
point.
Well.
You know, it's like when they hand out, the friend bracelets at like Taylor Swift concerts.
Yeah.
It's like that. Everybody gets a hat. That'd be a lot of money though.
It would
it'd
be
all from this manufacturer, this $500 manufacturer.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. I don't think I'm there yet.
I think you're close. But real quick, let's. I'd love to have a great combo about your music because I've seen you now perform, and I really, really, really enjoy. One thing I really like about how you perform is you're incredibly good at just like plucking, and your fingers with the guitar for you. It's not strumming all the time. It's full on just like plucking and doing things that are a little bit more intricate.
Yeah.
With the guitar, and I was just curious, like, how did you get to that point, and how did you find out that was your way around a guitar?
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, I mean that kind of like. The only reason I feel like I started doing that, because I started fingerpicking from the beginning.
Okay.
But it was mostly because my dad introduced me to Jim Croce and James Taylor and
James Taylor.
Bill
Were you at
Withers
that show? He just performed the Bank of America Luke Combs show.
No, I didn't get to go. Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
I heard about that. Yeah. But no, and so like the music that I started out listening to and then trying to learn how to play was just all people that fingerpicked the guitar. And so like I learned how to fingerpick almost before I learned how to strum.
Oh,
and
okay.
so it honestly comes more naturally to me than strumming a guitar.
Yeah.
And so that's honestly, it wasn't like a planned thing or anything or something I wanted or tried to learn. It was just like that's what I was listening to.
Yeah. Is there what was the first song you ever learned how to pick? If you could remember.
I think the first one I learned was I think it was Operator by Jim Croce.
Okay.
I think was the first one.
Here's the cover art for that.
Yeah, he's definitely like on the Mount Rushmore of like my favorite artists. He's the reason I play guitar basically.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Does he take in like is some of your style off of that, like with all the rings, like?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not really. Yeah.
I didn't even talk about the rings. The rings are epic. My goodness. Let's talk about the songs that you have just made, which are fantastic when it comes to Faster Dreams.
Yeah.
And one thing that you've already kind of hinted at with me, here's the cover art of Faster Dreams. Which, by the way, I wanted to ask you this. Is it more fun to shoot content? Because here's your Instagram page again, dang. But is it more fun to shoot content just in your living room on a stool with the guitar, or do you really like going to the woods in front of a fire and just like cranking out reels that way?
It's more comfortable in my living room.
Yeah.
I'm not like super comfortable in front of cameras, to be honest.
You're doing great.
Thanks. So like when we did the shoot for Faster Dreams, it was like I had like people with cameras and lights and all this kind of stuff, and I had to try to act normal. And I'm not a great actor at all. Everybody in my family acts or acted.
Seriously?
Except for me. I'm not great at it. And so like the director Josh Collins, shout out, did a great job at directing me, but it was tough. It was like, you need to act angry. I was like, I don't know, I'm not
So I have a question. Is that the video? I feel like in a recent post that you put on your Instagram, was that him talking? Like, I know what I'm thinking of. It's the one where you're walking past the screen. Is that him guiding you?
That was my manager, Mango.
Okay.
Mango.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I was cracking up with that.
Yeah.
I feel, but that's, I mean, I feel like that's an easy behind the scenes look at what it actually is kind of like.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
do it this way, and you're kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll walk past the camera this way. Like.
Yeah. It was fun, but it was tough. It was definitely more comfortable me just like setting up my iPhone and like playing a song in my living room.
So one thing I know about you is that you're incredibly good, and I want to hear why you're incredibly good at this. Why, in your opinion, are you incredibly good at writing about heartbreak? Because you have some incredible lyrics. So
thanks, man. I mean, most of the music that I like take in since I started like listening and playing is mostly like sad acoustic music. And so I think that that's a part of it. But also like, yeah, most of my life up until recently, it's just been like a shit show with relationships and
which
love
she's
life.
now in a fantastic one. Here
Yes.
she is.
Yes.
Ding. But yeah, okay. Like, when it comes to writing, and I find this is something that I struggle with as an artist.
Yeah.
It's sometimes hard to put my own stories. I can put someone else's stories and my own stories that I make into artistry, but when it comes to my own, I find that harder. Is that something that you find harder, or is that something that it comes out pretty quickly?
No,
when
it is hard, and like I think if you're too close to something, it's hard to get a good song out of it. For me, I have to wait. If I'm trying to write like right in the middle of it, it usually doesn't work. You have to kind of. John Moreland said that songwriting is having a conversation with your subconscious. And so, like, it has to get to the point to where I'm not thinking directly about it. I'm just writing whatever comes out. And then what comes out is what's in there. Like, it's what you've processed through, what you've thought through, what you're not super emotional about anymore, maybe. Yeah. And you're able to say it in a way that flows better and that makes more sense than just, like, sitting down and being super emotional and just, like throwing up, like, what is happening. Sometimes that doesn't like come across in a super good way. Is there
a lyric that you can think of that portrays, just in your opinion, the best lyric that you've written that portrays like a past feeling, if that was a really bad feeling, just off the top of your head? You got some good ones.
Huh?
You got some good ones. For sure.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like a lyric off the top of my head.
Is there anything in Faster Dreams that like really went home?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a song in Faster Dream called Stone.
I was just thinking about Stone. That was the one I was curious if that's the one. Yeah.
That one was like,
you're stoned, by the way.
That one's tough just because it was super personal. And it's kind of one of those ones like I was talking about before that like I wrote it not meaning for it to be like super personal or about me. And then I wrote it and looked back at it and I was like, oh shit, like that's like exactly what I was going through at this time or, after this relationship.
Yeah.
And so there's some lyrics in that one that are tough. I wrote this song a long time ago when I was in a relationship and I'd been playing it forever, and then the relationship ended, like really poorly, just like kind of left a note and split kind of thing. She did.
What? That sounds like a cart.
Yeah.
That's a TV show.
It's a couple albums.
I bet it was.
But I wrote this song like 3 months before that happened.
Yeah.
And after it happened, I played it live again, not even thinking about it. And then as I was playing it live, I realized that the song is exactly what ended up happening. I'm leaving a note, everything, down to everything. The song was just about it, but I wrote it 3 months before it even happened.
That's incredible.
Stuff
that was
like
Stone
that happens.
No? That wasn't Stone, or was it?
No, that one, I don't think
back.
I've released that one.
Okay.
That was like an old one.
Got you. Man.
Yeah.
And to back it up, like you started off in a band, and I wanted to ask 2 more questions about that before we get into this next game. But so the band started, and you weren't supposed to start singing.
Yeah.
And we kind of mentioned it earlier, like you were just on guitar.
Yeah.
And then something happened. What if you can?
Yeah.
What got you into singing and performing on your own, or even just being the head?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't
singer.
like a serious thing. It was more like funny.
Yeah.
At the time, we were all like 17, 18, so it felt serious. But
oh yeah,
we had like a bunch of buddies. Like, we're gonna start a band. Here's what the name is gonna be. And then we showed up to our first rehearsal. And we had a gig the next week. We were just like, we can rehearse once and be fine. But anyways, we showed up to our first rehearsal. Half of us assuming that we were a folk band, and the other half assuming that we were like an alternative punk band. And at the rehearsal, we realized very quickly that was not going to work. And so the lead singer and the lead guitarist / piano player, and I think one other person, split. And so it was just the folk group and then the punk
was it
alternative.
Like 4 and 4, or like
it was like 3 and 2, I think.
Okay.
And so we had a gig the next week. Big yearbook signing gig, big deal. And so we were like, well, who's gonna sing? And so
and they
we
popsicle
voted.
Stick to you.
Yeah, basically.
Longest straw.
Basically. And like, my family didn't know. I never sang. Like, I would always be the accompanist on the guitar.
Yeah.
Just playing in the background. And then I showed up and sang, and it was terrible.
Oh,
but,
no.
It worked.
But now you're here and you're releasing your own music, and you have an incredible. You're headlining some big places, some very popular venues here in North Carolina. And, luckily, like, I've now seen you, perform, and, I was in awe of just how great that was.
Thanks.
I'd say the last question that I like to ask is, obviously, as most artists do, they go through hardships of just, like, going from just where they start all the way to a place where they're a lot more comfortable on stage. They have a presence. They have, people that want to see them perform, all that and above.
Yeah.
Was there a moment that someone told you something that pushed you to go on? Because I feel like, we as artists, as musicians, we really love when we hear that we've touched somebody's heart, or just like put them into a better way of thinking, or something that just made them feel something.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if a fan of yours, or even just someone, heard your music in some way, shape, or form, through concert or through listening to it, and have directly told you how they made you feel and it warmed your heart.
People have like just played the song on Spotify for like their first dance or whatever.
So you have made happy music.
I have. It's hard, man. Like, it's so much easier to write a sad song.
I know, right?
It's so much easier.
Good Lord.
And then to sing, like, perform a sad song and make people sad is like my favorite thing. Weirdly. But yeah. No, I've written a couple happy ones, and but that's like meant so much to me, that somebody, like, the biggest point in their life, like getting married to somebody, and they choose to use my music, is super humbling, and that always gets me, man, for sure. But I mean, my family's always been good about like encouraging me, my partner, Hannah, and that stuff keeps me going for sure. And also, I don't know what else I would do. Like,
I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
It's like I really like. And I've felt that way since I was a kid. Like, I knew that I wanted to do music, and like I needed to do music, like, because I just had it in me, and like if I'm not able to play and write,
you don't
I'm
know
not
what
sure
to do,
what
man.
else I would do.
Lumberjack.
I'll go back to Lumberjack and do.
Well, thank you for sharing. We usually do a Would You Rather on this, but because we're wearing such amazing hats, I wanted to quiz you on your knowledge of celebrity famous hats.
Okay.
Of like just what celebrities have worn. I'm gonna show you a photo, and take your time with what you think it is. I also want you to give me a rating of how you like the hat.
Oh, cool.
You're gonna
okay.
be that.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
All right.
So they're gonna pop up right here. So here's the first one.
That's Pharrell.
Okay, so you so you know a little bit. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's a good hat.
You
That's a good. The thing with that one, I mean, I feel like Pharrell could rock anything.
Yes, he can.
But I feel like he's the only person on this planet that could rock that hat.
I know.
and just like he kills it.
What you mean? I have a head that would.
Which I
perfectly
mean,
fit
it's kind
that.
of funny because this one is very similar to that.
It is a little
Yeah,
similar,
yeah.
but I like that.
That is
hat.
100%
Oh yeah, Pharrell
iconic.
kills
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's one. All right, here we go. This is this part 2 hat. Ooh.
Elton John.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, you're good at this. What are your thoughts on
I
these?
mean, like,
It's iconic.
I'm not a Dodgers fan, but like
But
the
it's
hat
iconic though.
is iconic.
like
Bedazzled, like all that good stuff.
Dude.
I also feel like there's a lot of people that could rock that. Maybe not just
Yeah.
Elton John, but when you look at it, it's like that's probably Elton John.
Yeah.
Like he's just
I
amazing.
love that hat.
Dude.
I personally I'd rock it.
Oh yeah. I mean, if it was Atlanta, let's go. But I'm just saying.
There we go. All right, third hat. We're 2 of 2. You're doing
Okay.
good.
All right. Cool.
This one I feel like is going to be a gimme, but I wanted to give you a gimme because I feel like the other two. Well,
The
I
Indiana Jones.
think nah. I mean,
Okay.
well. All right.
Oh, that's Chance.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
See. We're good. This is,
That's
I
Chance.
tried to make it a little easier, but what are your thoughts on just?
I love it. I mean, it's like super simple. I mean, he made the number 3 cool.
I know,
you know,
right?
like who would have thought that? But like, it's a good look. It's
Yeah.
a good look for him. I do know that I know a lot of people around like in my circle that all of a sudden started showing up with number 3 hats. Yeah.
I haven't seen them in my life. I feel like they're everywhere, but I just haven't like seen a 3
Yeah,
hat. And
yeah.
I'm like, well, maybe because as of right now, Chance is always popular, but
Yeah.
like maybe right now he isn't say the top
Yeah,
of the
for
music,
sure.
the music
For sure.
news.
For sure.
All right, this is 4 or 5. I feel like this is the one you're gonna probably quickly get as well.
Okay.
But I love this hat for a few reasons.
Slash.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? I think it's that.
It's iconic. I mean, like
I love his hat.
it's incredible. The hat, hair, and sunglasses
I know.
combo.
Like,
Incredible. Like I don't know that I could ever wear that, but I can't play like him. So I feel like when you can play like that, you do whatever you want to do.
You're not
I mean,
wrong.
like you can wear whatever you want to wear at that point.
yeah, his style's something else. Yeah.
It's pretty legendary.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. You're 4 or 4 right now. I thought this would be a little harder. I think you'll get this.
Oh, is that the Jurassic Park dude?
You got this is music. This is a very popular hat. It's a very iconic hat.
Is it Indiana Jones?
No, it's music.
it-
It's a music artist.
It's a music artist.
Yeah. Oh, I'm impressed.
Bing Crosby.
No. This is a big artist. He's known for one. I could do something right now that you'd be like, oh, yeah.
Oh,
You got it. Think like,
this is devastating.
no, it's not. You're first of all, you passed. You're 80%. So if you get this one wrong, it's okay. But I think if you really think about
Is
where.
this like a current, or is this old?
No. This hat's probably in the museum.
It's in the museum.
It's probably right next to Tony Hawk's skateboard.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Man, I don't know.
All right. If I did something like, if I went,
Oh, is that MJ?
That's MJ.
Oh shoot.
That's MJ's
Oh,
hat.
shoot.
That was the Smooth Criminal hat. So that's from the
Really?
music video. Yeah.
Oh shoot. Bing Crosby.
For a second, I was like, that's it. I wanted to I thought that would be a little hard. The more I looked at it, I was like, I probably wouldn't get that either. That's like a weird way to
first
see
guy-
the hat.
The Jurassic Park. Yeah, it's just funny.
That's
Yeah.
not a bad
I mean,
call.
yeah.
Like,
okay.
but
all right.
yeah,
All
good
right.
job. You 80%.
80%.
Yeah, not
Okay,
bad. I'll
okay,
take it.
okay.
So we're in this last segment of Tukr'D Out. It's been a very nice podcast.
Loved it. Thanks for having me.
Oh, dude.
It's been fun.
I knew I wanted to have a conversation with you for a long time because when I met you, it was so easy to talk to you and just kind
Hell
of
yeah. Same.
vibe with you, which
Same.
anybody I want on the podcast, I just want to have fun with. And thank
Yeah.
you for providing. I'm going to take it home with me.
Well.
I'm going to take it home with me, maybe. No, I'm not. This is too expensive. What I like to do at the end is 2 things. I like to do a honey roast, and then I also just want, obviously this is a music podcast. I want you to tell us what's going on and what's going to be happening once
Yeah.
this pod comes out. But so what I like to do is just I want to make sure, because I do research on the artists that I have on here, I love to make sure that the artists that I have know that I appreciate them. So I just want to share a few things I've noticed, and I'll start from just like I'm incredibly just like in awe of your style. I think I said that at the beginning. I really just love how just you look. Like you have the bracelets, you have the tattoos. You look like I wanna hang with your style. Like I want to have a beer and watch a football game with your stereotypical Jesse Fox look person.
Let's go.
But I also just think it looks awesome. Like it's like tattoos.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
starting to have such a love for. So the fact that you have
Dude,
that,
you have one. You're
I
hooked,
know, I'm
man.
getting there,
You're
but
hooked.
I'm not. You know,
you're hooked.
But I just appreciate that you have such an epic style that I really
Thanks,
love. Also, I just want to say one thing that I like to say about certain people, because it's very easy, is you're very easy to smile with. Like when you smile, I smile.
Yeah.
Throughout this pod, it was very easy to just smile with you and laugh with you.
Thanks,
and I think it's just needed. Like in the world that we live in, it's just if you can find someone where you authentically can just smile with.
Yeah, dude.
And that's if it's for a hot second. Like that's very nice.
It is,
I appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
I think you performing live is. Not only was it incredible, but one thing that I liked was that the stories that you told while you performed, and just how your songs kind of, they're more off of the lyrics. It's not off of, because again, I think as I've seen, you've had more consistency with your notes through your songs, but your lyrics are incredibly specific to a story. That's amazing. It's something that I do with my writing, or at least I try to do a little bit more. So the fact that I could spot that pretty easily when you performed, and I locked in. I think that's another thing artists need to know. It's very when I'm listening to certain artists and concerts too, if I can lock into an artist and that artist is the only thing I'm focusing on in that set, that is powerful, because that takes you away from, I feel like in a way music takes you away. If you're listening to the right music, it takes you away from just everyday life thoughts that might 100%. Be stressful, that might be anxious feelings, all that.
100%.
So when I've seen you perform, it did that to me, which was very needed.
That means a lot to me, man. That's like a big part of what I want to do. Is just like,
you've done it, brother.
I just want to play music and have people be able to shut out everything that's going on and just be there.
And ultimately, like you said it kind of earlier, like how if you do perform a sad song, like you kind of want the audience to not be sad in a bad way, but just like feel what the song means and relate it. Yeah. And I think you do a very, very good job of that. And especially with like your cover art too. You have such good cover art, like stuff where I'm like, okay, I need to up my game a little bit.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, that's what I've seen, and I've really appreciated from you, Jesse. So this pod is when is this pod coming out? It might be coming out like either late December or like early January. It's gonna be a little far off just because we got some pods coming. What's coming up that we should know about? You obviously had the 2024 album, and you kind of gave me a little idea of what's coming. But what can we expect?
Yeah, so the album came out earlier this year. I've released some like stuff since then. It's just like acoustic EP kind of thing.
I saw that.
Right now, I guess if this is December, January,
I think, a little far off.
We're taking like 5 songs from the Faster Dreams album.
Okay.
And we're asking some friends to feature on them.
Some amazing artists. And it's not just like folk Americana. Like
it's all
like
different.
Pop. It's like
country. Yeah. It's all different. And like, so we're asking them to feature on it. And then we're going to start releasing those. I think at this point we will have released 2 or 3.
Okay.
And then the rest will come out in January as like an EP package kind of thing.
Yes.
And then, our goal is to release music, at least 1 song every month for 2025. And then I have a Patreon page that I'm doing. I'm doing 1 song a week for a year, so I'm gonna release 52 songs on my Patreon.
Oh my! Like you writing?
Yeah.
Whoo.
Yeah. And so that's up now. I think by December it'll have been. I started in October, beginning of October, and so that's another way to get some music out there. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming out.
Sweet. Well, thank you again for coming on Tukr'D Out.
Thanks for
I
having
can't wait
me,
for
man.
people to see this, and there's gonna be performance after this. And people are going to be able to kind of hear what your music's all about and listen to you. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
So take my hand beneath that willow tree. to stand beside me. When life gives you chances, you can't let them go. And I want. So take